Skippy's not wearing pants. That's my guess.
No, my office is a mess.
Oh. Have you not seen the disaster behind me? So let's say Chris works 50 hours instead of his salaried 40. So if he's punching in when he starts and ends, like he'll still accrue sick time for the 50, even though his pay stops at 40. Make sense? Because it's hours worked. So as far as labor percentage goes, it will also track those extra hours he worked and add them in. Even though it's not, the paid amount isn't there, it still sees it as he's an employee. So it's counting towards your labor percentage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a more real labor percentage than versus what you're actually paying in labor. Just so keep that in mind. That you might have some of those instances, but
would that be only for people that are salaried versus hourly?
Yeah. So if you put yourself on salary, or like when I was putting myself on the schedule for a while, and so I'd be punching myself in at 3:00 and punching myself out at 8:00 at night. And labor percentage were like 70% labor. Like, well, this is not right.
So speaking of 3 a.m.
and it includes tips
labor
in your payroll. So if you pull your payroll report, so your total payroll includes the tips.
Go fuck yourself.
I'm 99% sure, because every time I have to go ahead and, like when I do my spreadsheet, I have to take it out. Because it just will pull your total paid for payroll that week, which includes your tips.
Yeah.
Yep. So keep that in mind, that might adjust too. So I know it does on the payroll reports. I'm assuming it comes through on your labor too, but it's hard to tell on this report, the labor versus sales, because it's such a high level overview,
Yeah.
And I haven't completely played around with like filters and stuff. So, but it is a good guide. We're at 25.66% for this year.
That's not horrible.
So on top of everything else, how it only counts Chris's labor though if he's punched in. So I don't show any labor before we open for the season, even though I was paying payroll for Chris. So it's a true, only people that are punched in get counted towards your labor on that report. So just the little nuances in Square is, and how they pull their reports. And
how's your beta session going?
Good. Recipes are pretty much there. I got all the proteins on all our sandwiches kind of situated. So this week, now that we're kind of past everything, we're going to probably go full tilt on online ordering every day. We've got our modifiers kind of situated so people can't do dumb stuff when they're ordering online, and add things to things that don't make sense, and got all the no's and withouts and everything kind of there. We did have somebody last week when we turned it on said it was still confusing for them. I'm going to guess it was the person, because it's as simple as I think we can make it. So with that, we'll start adding to inventory every morning, pork and brisket. Chris has been doing it with ribs on the daily basis and sausage, just to try to get a feel for the processes involved in that. We'll weigh out our brisket and pork every morning, deduct a few pounds from those when we add it to inventory, just to give us that cushion for online ordering. But as far as we can tell, it works pretty well with things selling out and it marking things off for us and keeping those inventories. And really, that's all we want it for. And with that, if we're going full tilt on online ordering, then that means we're probably also going to go into the delivery service that is also included in the online ordering.
Well, that's good.
So have you looked at that at all? Are you thinking about using that? Because it's included. There's no additional cost to offer it at this point.
Sorry?
The delivery service through Square?
Oh. Yes.
Because it's a part of your online ordering system. You're already paying for it.
So I did look at it. There are certain things that I liked about it and other ones I don't. Plus, I think where we are, there's not enough demand.
But if it doesn't cost you anything to run it.
There's still a cost.
What cost?
There is, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
The delivery fee. So even if a DoorDasher grabs it, right, there's still so you can go into your fulfillment and do pickup and delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
I hate that they keep moving stuff around.
Yeah, I know.
Having online pickup and delivery under accountant settings now is the dumbest thing ever.
Fucking dogs. Come on. Let's go. Okay. Oh.
So yes, you pay a delivery fee charged by a delivery service provider, which you can subsidize in part or in full. Fees are automatically withheld when an order is placed, so you don't have to worry about a separate bill later.
Correct. There's still a cost.
So you can just, but you can do a flat $5 delivery fee on every order, which would cover it, right? You know, just do it that way instead of trying to figure out the actual percentages of, because it's different depending on which service picks it up, and you don't have any control over which service picks it up. They're just going to find whoever's in the area that's available, you know, and so dispatch it to that.
We got to have Nick from Twisted Smoke on here because he uses it.
Yeah. Justin does it too. So he says they do a flat fee of $5. So yeah, just add on a $5 delivery fee. And that's the thing. It doesn't hurt to have it available, right? It's not costing you anything to make it available.
Here's what I worry about, right? Because I've been asking, or people have been asking me whether I'm going to do DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is quality. So if
and I think there's
the largest city next to us is about 30 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have somebody that, you know, because I built a name in Jackson, which is 30 minutes from where my shop is, if I have somebody that orders something, I don't know where that delivery person is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
So if it takes them 30 minutes to get there and then 30 minutes back, that food might be ready, be sitting there for an hour before somebody eats it. And I've never let the food sit out an hour to figure out if it will still, I'm not going to say hold, but you know what I mean? Like, okay, if I build a sandwich, by the time they get it, well, that bottom bun would just be destroyed. So that's why I'm hesitant.
What I'm guessing is it's going to work the same way as the online, where you can select items that are available and not available for ordering. So you could do meat by the pounds and stuff like that, and sides, you know, available for delivery. If you're worried about quality, if someone could hop on and let us know how those are delivered to us. Because I don't imagine it's the exact same way that like online ordering comes through instantly. I imagine that they need to find an available person first before it gets sent to us. That they're not just going to send us an order without knowing that there's an available person to deliver, right? Make sense?
Yeah.
So I think at that point, then, yeah, you would have an ETA of pickup. You know, once a delivery driver accepts the order, you get the ETA of pickup, and then you can adjust from there. And I think there are people, DoorDash and Uber Eats and all that's been around long enough that people understand that two things: they're going to pay more for it, and the quality is not going to be as good as if they were at the store themselves. I never expect the food to be as good when any kind of delivery, you know. So even if I order something online at like the local bar and go pick it up, I never expect it to be as good as if I'm sitting in the restaurant, you know?
No, I get
So,
that.
and I've had the same kind of hang-ups on it too, Skippy, that, yeah, I mean, someone wants a sandwich, it's going to be terrible by the time it gets there because it's going to be soggy because our meat's so moist. So, yeah, I don't know. And then can you package it differently? Is what Justin says, like deconstructed sandwiches and stuff like that. But yeah, once I get into it, I imagine that you'll be able to set things as available for delivery only.
Why don't you let me know how it goes?
I will. Because, yeah, I mean, if you're having, and that's the other thing, if you have people asking for it, then 100%. It's a no-brainer. You know? So at least you can do it as a beta. Like you can do a test week with it and kind of get people's feedback. And, you know, you advertise it and market it that way. Like, all right, we've had people asking, we're going to try this out. And then ask for feedback through the week, you know, unless you don't get any, but yeah, I mean, those people that have ordered, you should have customer information in Square from them that you should be able to contact them, you know.
True.
At least through like a text message, or you have their phone number. So,
well, that's weird because I just looked at my pickup and delivery, and my delivery is actually clicked on.
Jesus Christ.
Whoops. I never got a delivery, so how about that? Maybe that'll tell you.
Well, if you don't have your hours, so do you have online? You have online ordering available though.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm guessing you could have to set different hours, like when's delivery available.
So I'm in the
like you do for pickup.
Yeah, I'm in it right now.
So yeah, you might not have any hours available for delivery checked.
So here's the thing right here. What is the cost? There is no cost to you for offering delivery on your Square
This
Online.
is what I just read to you 5 minutes ago.
Customers pay a delivery fee charged by the delivery service provider, which you can subsidize in part or in full. These are automatically within. So how do I know who the delivery service provider is?
Like, how do you know who's coming to pick up?
Correct.
I imagine it'll be in your order details.
Like
so, like on the receipt, like on your
I got
slip
pizza
difference.
yesterday, and it was actually delivered by DoorDash.
Okay.
But it wasn't. But I didn't order through DoorDash. I just ordered through their online site.
So it's the exact same way. So I'm guessing that when they got the notification from, I'm going to guess Square or whoever, you know, it said pick up by DoorDash or whatever. I'm going to guess that those details are in the order information that you get.
I think so.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's definitely worth a chance. For us on the food truck, it's going to be harder because it's just one of those things that we have to manage locations, and I imagine you can set a radius even, so you can't have someone order that's 100 miles away.
Yeah,
So you set up a radius that's 15 miles from your location.
Oh, here you go. Okay. So what courier services do you want to use? You can do best available. Square assigns orders to the best available delivery service provider based on price, speed, and quality of service. Advanced options. So DoorDash is $6.99 up to 5 miles plus $1 per mile up to 10. Or Uber/Postmates is $4.20 base plus 75 per kilometer. So, and that's the thing. So if I do a flat fee of $5, that doesn't even cover DoorDash. Or would the rest be sent to them or to the person? Or do I have to eat it?
No, you're eating it just like everybody else does. So like the restaurants are eating those delivery fees from DoorDash or whatever, which is why they charge more for delivery items. So, but it's an average. So if you're allowing all those to come through and you do a flat fee of $5, so you're paying less for Uber Eats than you are for DoorDash or whatever it is, Postmates or whatever it is, right? So you just need it to average out. So you could do a $10 delivery fee, you know, to make sure you're covered on DoorDash, but on all those other ones, you're charging way over, you know.
So Yeah. So in delivery and service fees, how much of the fee will you or the customer will pay? And it's got drop down box. Customer pays full delivery fee. I pay
Oh,
the full.
there you go.
I pay a percentage of the delivery fee. Customer pays the rest. I pay a fixed amount of the delivery fee. Customer pays the rest.
So there you go. Yeah.
The customer pays a specific amount. I pay the rest. And
So
then
yeah,
they
you
can
can
do
pass it all on to them. And then you don't have to worry about charging anything extra.
well. And then there's a thing. I pay the full delivery fee on orders over a certain amount. So like if somebody orders a $50 order, I'll pay the fee. But
I go higher.
it's like 100.
Yeah. Yeah, $100 or so. Yeah.
And then there's a service fee. I charge a service fee on. The service fee is charged in addition to the delivery fee. You keep the amount charged minus standard processing fees. No max
Yeah.
delivery fees. All right. Well, it's still interesting. Okay.
All right. Good. Are we going to get to? So you were away from your business. It worked out fine. Great. Excellent. For me in April, yeah, well, I have not been involved for a week and a half, more or less.
Yeah. So you've had people. How's your 3 o'clock guy working out?
Perfect.
Couldn't be better.
And he's not even there for the full 5 hours. He's pretty much got everything done by 7 now, and punches out and heads home. And the only issues really we've had are some of his knife skills. A little inconsistency on some jalapenos slices, and his dice skills on some red onions could be better.
But we're working on that.
Yeah, I mean, those are my biggest complaints. So I don't think I think we're doing okay.
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
Zero problems with meat coming off the smoker, meat getting on the smoker. We haven't had an instance where he's pulling something off too early, like a brisket. That's just not done. That he misjudged or anything like that. Nothing's been left on too long. The only day he was late was his first week when he missed the exit and just kind of was zoned out and drove past the exit from my house off the highway. And he was still only 2 minutes late. So,
Awesome.
I do not wake
late yet.
I do not wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to make sure that he is there, because I trust him to be there. Like, I have no reason to believe that he won't be there. And he said,
never thought about getting like a dinger for the door so you know when he walks in.
Well, so we have a keypad on the garage door, so I get a notifications when anybody uses the keypad. So it's not like I don't know when I wake up that he was there, but
so your garage door opener is not loud enough to wake the family?
No.
Oh, that's good.
Nope. So, it's been good. They've been running fine. Not really any issues.
Fine.
Yeah, we need more lists.
Yeah, we do.
Some things are getting kind of rushed through for closing, and more dishes, so everything feels a little bit more rushed for them. They're figuring it out. They need to. Just it's cleanliness things. Like the trailer's not as clean as I would have expected it to be this last week, especially with some slower days with spring break and everything. So, it's going. We had I think we talked about the water heater or the water pump switch that I have. We talked about that. I don't remember when that was. The near fire we had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sent me a picture of the switch.
Melted the wires in the switch on the water pump.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was last week. So we have two surge protectors. We have a battery backup surge protector for our TikTok setup, and then we have a couple other things running off, like our cheese warmers, on a surge protector. So I get a message from Chris that the battery backup's smoking. Should I unplug everything? I was like, Chris, first of all, anytime you see smoke coming out of anything electrical, yes, unplug everything. So yeah, lost that one and the surge protector on the cheese warmer. Both went out at the same time. So they're not double checking that twist lock cord going into the trailer, because those twists don't really hold very well when you're driving down the road. So you get it loose and it starts to jiggle. You're still going to start to have some funny things with power.
I lost a fridge because of that. Those things. Yeah.
And we've lost equipment on this kind of stuff before, and you think everybody should be hyper aware about it. Luckily, I mean, that surge protector is plugged into the same outlet as our refrigerator. So really, it's just the refrigerator and the cheese warmer running off the outlet. Thank God we didn't lose the refrigerator, again for the second year in a row. So yeah, just some things that I would be able to better monitor, if I'm on the trailer, but I don't want to be. So these are things that they just need to do a little bit better at. I've been doing GFS van deliveries for the last week and a half, which has worked out pretty good. I get 2 windows available for me, 9 to 5 or 2 to 4.
9 to 5 or 2 to 4.
Yep. So 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. or 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. I don't know why those are the 2 that are available, but so I've been selecting 2 to 4, and every one of my orders so far has been early. I get a phone call at 1 o'clock. Hey, I'm in your area. Just want to check if you were around. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Have not had any issues other than one of the items I had on an order they didn't have in stock. I need notifications of that, would be helpful.
I would figure you would get one.
I don't. So really? Not that maybe it goes to my email and it just hits like a junk folder somewhere and I just don't see it. But something more prevalent so I can plan ahead. But yeah, that's all been good. It's working. So it's working. We haven't had a whole lot of issues. They've been doing a pretty good job. Sales have been pretty decent. Last week was our big spring break week. So most of Grand Rapids area was on spring break this last week. We had a shocking day of I want to say was it Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday. Good Lord. So we were at one of our Corwell Health buildings. They've been under construction for the last couple of years, putting a huge addition on rehab facility, like a sports rehab facility, and some of that other kind of rehab stuff. So they have a half of a football field on their property now, with a big giant roll-up door from their building for sports medicine. It's pretty remarkable. Anyway, so this was always kind of a hit and miss spot for us in previous years. We thought with the construction, we'd get a lot of the construction guys. Never really happened. So I was really on the fence about this location this year. Yeah. But we had lunch openings, so we filled it in. On average, we probably did $600 to $700 lunches there. On a good day.
Not horrible.
On a good day. We've had plenty of $300 and $400 lunches out there too. Yeah. This last week we did just over 1,000.
Wow.
Wow. Construction's over, so the staff size is doubled. But I got an email from her the week before saying, just a reminder, we have a lot of PTO next week. Not sure how busy you're going to be. Are you guys still planning on coming? I said, yep, we'll be there. So, which we knew. When we schedule these dates, they're all very open about things that are going on and stuff. So we weren't expecting a ton, but we had cooked a little extra because we were at a new neighborhood for dinner and then close by. So we wanted to be kind of prepared, not really knowing what to expect. It was a condo neighborhood with apartments. So, we get there. $600-700 would be a good night. Would be really good for there. And and then we did another $1,000 there. Say we did like a $2,200 day out of the blue, and we were done an hour early, sold out. Yeah, thank God for that day. Yeah, because the next 2 days were pretty awful. Thursday, I think we did just over 800. And then Friday, which we only did lunch Friday, was 900. So, which is kind of, it's that spring break week. There's no big surprises. It was a little disappointing after the monster Wednesday. Like maybe the spring break curse is broken and we're going to do okay, because Tuesday wasn't a terrible day either.
I'm very happy the spring break is over.
Me too. I mean, yeah, we finished the week at about, it was just right about 8,000. So we did 95 to 10 the week before. So not a huge drop. But yeah, definitely significant. I mean, it's there, So yeah, I'm glad to be back. We have a very full week this week. I think we're open until 8 or later, 3 days this week.
I saw that.
4 days. Yeah. Yeah, we're jumping, man. We're hopping.
Immaculate Flight still doing good?
I mean, it's an $900 lunch. So, the people that bought Wiseman Distillery, that location, is interested in partnership. I got to reach back out to them to see what they're really thinking. I sent them a whole bunch of dates. We don't have many dinners available on Friday nights, though. Past last week, they start to fill up, once we get to warmer weather. So, yeah, if they want to have us for lunch there, and whatever dinners we have, we'll definitely take it.
So speaking of not having Fridays available,
mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if I told you what was going on with our downtown DDA around here. Basically, we do Food Truck Tuesdays.
Yep.
And the lady who runs it doesn't want to book trucks. She wants a group of people to come in so she can send an invoice. They pay it. They book their own trucks, but still gets the DDA marketing.
Okay.
So in March, we showed up at their board meeting, like with a WTF, and found out that they were now getting rid of Food Truck Tuesday, which has been going on since before COVID, and moving it to Food Truck Fridays. And they were going to have 10 trucks for lunch and 5 trucks for dinner, and do it once a month and coincide with the monthly car show that they hold downtown.
Okay.
So she actually reached out to the West Michigan Food Truck Group, and I talked to, I think it was Kevin I talked to? Yeah.
Waffle sticks.
Yeah, waffle sticks. Anyway, so we went to the last meeting here, told them that we were choosing not to do Food Truck Tuesdays at the food truck park that they built, because of the lack of communication and things like that. So we're moving it to our fairgrounds, which is about a mile away. And as soon as we said that, they're like, "Oh, what can we do to keep you here?" And so we gave them, like, this is what we want, and they said, "Unfortunately, we can't do that." So now they're going to do 5 trucks per day, or per food truck Friday.
Okay.
And we're starting our own Food Truck Tuesday group about a mile away. We got hopefully we have our local transit authority that will run a shuttle from Big Consumers Energy Power Building, their headquarters, up to where Food Truck Tuesday was, down to the fairgrounds. And we're hoping for that shuttle bus.
Cool.
Because the foot traffic isn't going to be there anymore. And yeah, so that's what I've been working on.
Awesome.
And among other things, I was invited to go teach a culinary demo at our local career center. That scares the shit out of me. Like, I could talk competition barbecue all day long, but like to teach somebody what I do,
mm-hmm.
not knowing what their skill level is, like, I don't want to go in there like some substitute teacher and just talk.
Fran says you need to speak up or move closer to your mic.
Sorry.
Keith, by the way, not Kevin.
Keith.
Yeah. I knew Kevin wasn't right, but I couldn't place the name.
The K.
You were close.
There's an E in there.
Right letters. Yep, a couple right letters.
So yeah, here we go. Any new specials coming out lately?
Yeah. I mean,
how's the po' boy doing?
It did really well. When I ordered shrimp on my van delivery last week, I did not process the fact that this last Friday was the last Friday of Lent.
Oh,
so I have 15 pounds of shrimp still.
Oh.
So we'll be running that sometime this week probably. But yeah, I mean, it's really solid. Once we moved it to a roll, it was a lot better than the wrap.
Oh yeah.
I really, really, really wanted to do something for this last weekend. I really wanted to do a pimento and brisket sandwich.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Pimento cheese brisket sandwich. Oh, so good.
Not nacho cheese, pimento cheese.
No, that's what I said. Pimento cheese, not brisket sandwich.
I thought you said nacho. Yeah. For the Masters week, circumstances being different, probably would have. Might still try to run it this week. I got to see what GFS has available for pimento.
Is the Masters next weekend, or was it this?
It was this last weekend.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Okay. It was only the biggest, most exciting final day of the Masters that we've had in a decade plus. It was an awesome final round.
I saw Rory won.
Well, then why did you ask if the Masters was this week?
Because I wasn't sure if they were freaking throwing a last year's thing on there. I didn't know. Sit around Turbo.
Gosh. Yeah, it was. It had the amount of lead changes you would expect in like an NCAA championship game.
Yeah.
Like the constant board was constantly moving around, or the leaderboard. So, yeah, it was pretty fun.
Did they go to a playoff with him and Justin Rose?
Yeah.
Okay. I wish I would have watched it.
Yeah, it was. Justin Rose did everything he possibly could to get back into the contention, and Rory did everything he possibly could to lose the Masters. So he had 4 double bogeys throughout the week. He's the first person to have 4 double bogeys and win the Masters.
Jeez.
So,
have you ever seen what is on the Masters menu?
I don't remember what it was this week, but yeah.
No, and it's the same every year, but what they're pricing.
not the Masters, yeah, egg salad and pimento cheese sandwiches at $1.50. Yep.
Yeah, barbecue pulled pork sandwich, $3.
Yep.
Yeah, Masters food menu.
Yep, and it's been that way forever, and will always be that way.
Yeah, so egg salad. And they have a lot on there. Like they have breakfast sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
All their beverages are, somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So breakfast is you get a coffee for $2, chicken biscuit and breakfast sandwich $3. The one thing I thought of, savory tomato pie.
I don't know.
I've never heard of that. $3.
Yeah. Yeah, they 0 corporate sponsorships.
Yeah,
they buy the majority of. Jesus Christ!
Please hold.
Nope, I don't want to. I'm just letting everybody listen to you yell at your dogs.
Well, they fucking stop barking. No, it's not your dog's problem. It's mine.
You told them. You got it. Now, yeah, no corporate sponsorship. They buy up all the TV advertising, so there's only 8 minutes per hour of commercials. They pay for all the rest of it. No TV deals, so they don't. The golf course pays for everything. It's not a PGA event. And then, yeah, the coolest thing is no phones allowed on the grounds. It's probably the only sporting event you'll ever see with those moments. You don't just see a sea of phones, which I think is so cool that they do that. But yeah, they search everybody going in to make sure that you don't have a phone. And if you get caught with a phone, you're out. They will kick you out of the event. So, yeah, it's I mean, when they say it's a tournament like no other, there's nothing like it anywhere. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool thing.
So to find the menus, it took me to USA Today. And the breaking news is star-studded all-female space flight lands successfully after taking Katy Perry, Gail King to outer orbit. Watch live.
All right.
This is breaking news.
The Champions Dinner, though, changes every year, and that's the previous year champion get to select that menu. And among all the things that the champion wins, one of them is a special tea time, a private tea time for the following year, the Sunday before the Masters, and they are allowed a guest. So Scotty Scheffler won last year. He and his mom got to play around at Augusta before the week started, so I thought that was pretty cool. I need to get in good with one of these guys to try to get an invite for that thing.
Right.
But I did see a picture. It was a on this day photo from the Masters from like 1998 or something like that. That it was this average guy that showed up with his golf clubs on a pull cart and thought that his practice round ticket meant that he got to play a practice round.
Absolutely.
That is not what that means.
Sure it is. Get after it.
But yeah, I would like to. One of these years, I'll put myself into the lottery, try to get tickets. So they're really not expensive, unless you have to buy them off the secondary market. But for the whole week, so including all the practice rounds, the par 3 tournament, all of it is, I think it's like $450 for the whole week.
Really?
Yeah. Now, if you buy them off the market, off the secondary market, the Sunday tickets are like $8,000.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a lottery every year for it. So, it'd be cool to put my name to get in. I would love to go. My dad got to go once. So,
Bert, really?
Yep. Yeah, he knows people.
Well, I'm sure it's good to know people.
Yeah. So yeah, he got invited through one of his connections one year and got to go. So he said it is much hillier than it looks on TV.
Oh yeah, I can imagine that.
He said it was definitely a workout. And he said he did not walk around the course as much on Sunday as he did on Saturday. So kind of found a spot and just kind of hunkered down. But yeah, that's it. Everything's going great. Numbers for us, by the way. Let me get to actual numbers this year versus last year. Currently, we were down 3.25% over last year, year to date, January 1st through, without that 1 week. So not too bad. And then we're actually up this April over last April by 10%. So, yeah, we're doing okay. I imagine that we will be up sales by the time we hit May for the year. And then, yeah, May is looking like a fucking banger. So,
speaking of May, when's that smoker coming?
Monday.
Like this Monday?
Like, yeah, I'm leaving on Easter.
Oh.
To go pick it up.
Can I ask you a question? Why don't you just get it delivered?
Because it costs more to have it delivered than for me to pay the sales tax and go down and get it. Like thousands of dollars. I'm saving like $1,800.
Really?
Yep. I had him send me everything. I said, okay, what's it going to cost to have it shipped? He's like, well, if you have it shipped, you don't have to pay sales tax, but if you come pick it up, you have to pay the sales tax on it for Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah, Missouri. I said, okay, so what's my total both ways? And yeah, it was like $1,800 cheaper for me just to go down and pick it up.
Really?
Yeah. So, or $1,000 cheaper. I was like, well, I can drive there and back for way less than $1,000. I mean, outside of it's inconvenient, but yeah. And hopefully this way I don't have to have it crated. I'm hoping I can just get it on the trailer and strap it down. And
does it have wheels on it? I hope.
It should. So
Hope.
I hope.
No, they'll put it on. Are you renting a trailer or what?
Yeah, I'm just gonna U-Haul a trailer it back.
Oh, so you rent one down there, obviously, and then bring it.
Probably, yeah. If I can, as long as they have a U-Haul that's close and is open early enough that has a trailer available, yeah. Otherwise, I'll rent one here and pull it both ways. Because you're not paying for miles on a trailer; you're just paying for by the day. Yeah. So, it's another $30 to have an extra day. So, yeah, that's the plan as of right now. So,
well, good.
So yeah, as far as the show goes, I'm going to do my best to be on the road and figuring out how to do this. So
we can just move it to Tuesday.
Yeah, maybe.
Because, I mean, technically that's Easter Monday. A lot of places are going to be closed on Easter Monday anyway.
Okay.
I don't personally care. I'm just saying we can do it Tuesday.
Yeah, we can roll Tuesday. I assumed you were working.
I prep in the morning, but I'm not doing it until afterwards.
Okay.
So
all right. So yeah, maybe it'll be Tuesday next week.
I can do it from my office. As I'm prepping briskets, I can cut up everything. Start dirty. I will wear the chef hat too.
That would be great. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, that's coming. We'll need it. We'll need it for Etna week. So yeah, Etna kicks off in just a couple weeks. May 5th, 6th is our first two, and those are the two biggest ones that we have for them. They're back-to-back days. And we have an event after one of those days. So
good.
Yeah, that's something else we're doing this year. We have, I think, 4 Etna days where we're doing something after, which everybody's super excited about.
Super.
Yeah, but I mean,
so is this
take advantage?
Is an Etna event one of those reasons you take a couple Cambros in a van?
No, because we have enough room on the trailer. Like those, we take the trailer to.
No, I know
for the most part, but have an additional vehicle, no.
I'm surprised you can fit in the one in Jackson.
I don't remember that parking lot, but yeah, it's not too bad.
No, the road sucks.
We get in there. Yeah, I mean it's in a weird spot back there.
Yeah.
But I don't remember that parking lot being too awful. Yeah, we'll probably for some of those smaller ones, like I would be okay with renting a van for the $100 to drive there instead of taking the trailer.
Yeah.
Because really, to serve 120 people, we don't need, or Chris will just take his car or something like that. We'll load up the pickup and detach the trailer.
Yeah.
Really don't need everything for it. So, and those are the days like, okay, we could probably do something in the evening. Like I can send Chris and Caleb in a car and run, and then we can get going for the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, and after last year, having that under our belt, having all those and kind of figuring out and feeling how they go. Yeah. We're not going to hit 500,000 without, pushing the envelope a little bit more. So
push that envelope, baby. Push it.
Heck yeah.
Push
Heck
it.
yeah.
Push it.
Yeah, and hopefully we have most of the duds out of our calendar. Yeah, we're rocking and rolling, man. Rocking and rolling.
Good for you.
All right, everybody. That's it. We're done.
Out of here.
Have a wonderful day. We will keep you posted on next week's schedule, and everybody have a good week. Enjoy your Easter weekend.
Remember, follow us on YouTube, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, and Insta chat and all the Snapgrams and all that sort of stuff. So
that's very helpful. Thank you. Are you doing Easter specials? Are you doing ham?
No.
Real quick. No? Okay. All right. Everybody have a good week. Bye-bye.